Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the pickups I had over the last weekish. I have, let's see, I have 6 Blu-rays and 1 DVD I'm going to show. And this first one here, you're probably going to see a lot of unboxings and reviews and showings of this film over the next couple days, next couple weeks. This is Scream Factory's latest edition, Army of Darkness, the collector's edition. It's a 3-disc set on Blu-ray. And this is the film from 1992 from Sam and Ivan Raimi, starring Bruce Campbell. It comes with this beautiful slipcover here, you see. I really like that. I also got the poster for this, but I put that away already. There you can see some of the things that are included in this set. And you have disc 1 is the theatrical version. It's the R-rated version. Disc 2 is a director's cut, unrated. And disc 3 is the international cut, which also comes with the television version, which is in standard definition full screen. So it's kind of nice to have all 4 versions of the film on 3 discs. And I do enjoy this film. It's not my favorite in the series. I think they went a little bit too cartoonish, too much humor. I prefer the horror aspect of The Evil Dead, and I thought this was a little silly, but it was fun. You know, this is a fun watch, and I'm glad to add this to my collection. And then there you see the original box art, and that looks really good too. I always thought that was a good poster, a good image on the cover there. I remember that back from the VHS days. And then I'll just show you guys a little overview of what the disc art looks like. And here's disc 1, that is the theatrical version. Here's disc 2, that is the director's cut. This is the unrated version right here. And then disc 3, I like how they all 3 have their own unique artwork. And this is the international cut, television cut. And I don't think I've ever seen the television cut. And I'm not sure if I want to watch it in full frame, but I might check that out. And then on the inside here, you have the commissioned art, which is also on the slipcover. So I keep that on the inside. And then I like to keep the original art on the cover of the Blu-ray case, and then cover that up with the newly commissioned art, which is on the slipcover. And then you have best of both worlds right there. So that is Army of Darkness from 1992. A very fun watch, and I think that is a great addition right there to get. Up next, I got a couple titles from Twilight time, and I should have gotten 4 titles, but I looked online and they sent 2 today, and I think I'm going to get the other 2 tomorrow. For some reason, they shipped them in 2 separate packages. So I'll show the other 2 in a different update video, but for today I have Scream and Scream Again. And this is a pretty good film. I enjoy this film. It has a really good atmosphere to it, and I think that's the biggest selling point to me for this film is the atmosphere. This is it's rated R, and it stars the big 3, Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, and Peter Cushing, and you can't go wrong with those 3 guys. And the style of filming for this, let me see who directed this. Produced by Max Rosenberg and Milton Sabatsky, and let's see, who was it directed by? Gordon Hessler. It was put together very choppy, I thought. It doesn't have a good flow to it, but it does have good atmosphere, and it has a lot of audience participation. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of thinking, and you have to really pay attention to a film like this because it's so choppy, and the scenes kind of end abruptly, and the next scene kind of starts right at you. And don't get me wrong, this is a good film. It's just one of those films that you have to really pay attention to, I think. That's the way I look at it. And I'd probably give this about a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit better than middle. You know, 5 out of 10, obviously, that's middle. I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10. So, and you can't really go wrong with, you know, the big 3, Price, Cushing, and Lee. So I would recommend grabbing this one. It's limited to 3,000. You can get it at screenarchives.com. Twilight Time always has really good stuff, and the quality is superb, I think. And the next one here, Scream and Scream Again, was from 1970, as was this one here, Count Yorga, Vampire. This came out in 1970. And this is an upgrade for me. I do have the Midnight Movies MGM DVD release, which I'll probably be giving away. I got to think of a little contest. Maybe you guys can participate in it if you'd like that DVD. Comment below. Let me know. And then I can have like a little raffle. This is, like I said, this is from 1970. It's a PG-13 film. I think when it came out in 1970, it was rated PG. They didn't have PG-13 back then. I'm pretty sure this was a PG horror film. And this had a sequel, too. It was called The Return of Count Yorga. And I think this one here was a little bit better. I'd probably give this one about a 6.5 out of 10. And I would give Return, which is being put out by Scream Factory, by the way. I would give The Return of Count Yorga probably a 6. And this, like I said, this is about a 6.5. So they're both very good. You know, I'm not really crazy about vampire films, but I do like the ones from the 70s the best, I think. That's just my opinion. And next up, we have a Code Red Blu-ray, which I'm very proud to own, and I love this movie. I think this is a very good movie. This is on the Code Red DVD website, which I'll leave the link down below. I recommend you guys go over and check this out. It's only limited to 1,000. They're not going to be around very long. And this is a creature feature film called The Strangeness from 1985. And I really like the premise of this film. It's about a group of surveyors or archaeologists, whatever you want to call them, and they are exploring a gold mine. And they get trapped. I guess there's like an earthquake. I can't remember how exactly how they get trapped in there, but they do get trapped in this gold mine. And this is a creature feature film because I'm not going to give too much of the film away, but there is a slimy creature that lives inside this gold mine. And it starts picking off the party members of this archaeologist team one by one. And there's some pretty good, I don't know if you want to call it good or silly, whatever, but there's some stop motion to the creature too, which I enjoy, you know. And it says it's remastered from the 16mm vault elements. And let me see. I'll read a little bit about this to you guys. It says up here, I don't know if you're going to be able to follow along with me because my camera's not the best here, but I'm going to do the best I can for you guys. It says, bite into this rare 1980 horror film about a big and very strange stop-motion monster in a cave that is terrorizing and eating innocent miners. A group of miners venture into the gold spike mine to see if they can discover some gold, even after being warned by an old-time prospector to stay away. The group of young miners proceed into the caverns anyway and soon learn that there is no gold at all, but they do discover something else, which they'd rather not know about. What is it? It's just an horrific man-eating monster sliding through the caverns looking for human food. It looks like it's feeding time, and the miners are on the menu. How corny is that? But that's cool, man. That's awesome. The Strangeness is a fun, cool, independent horror feature film made years before digital video. The Strangeness is also one of the last feature films to use stop-motion animation special effects. Remastered from 16mm vault elements, are you strange enough to check it out? So you kind of know what you're getting into. It's unrated, and it's all region. And I think this is Bill selling this on Code Red DVD's website. I think it's only $20 for a very limited Blu-ray. So I would recommend going to grab this one. I'll leave the link below. Please go check it out. You know, give Bill some support and get yourself a nice movie to add to your collection. The Strangeness from 1985. Okay, up next is a film from my favorite distribution company, and this is from Arrow Video. And this is a Takashi Miike film called The Happiness of the Katakuris. And this is a very bizarre film, but this is very enjoyable here. I'm going to go through and kind of show you guys a little bit. I like this cover a lot. This is the newly commissioned art from Arrow Video here. And it's a Blu-ray DVD combo, and that is the Blu-ray, and it's AB region. And then you have the DVD, which is region 1, 2. And then Here's the original cover art. And that is weak. Come on, that is, I mean, if you guys saw something like this sitting on a shelf, would you pick that up? Or would you pick this up? I love that cover art right there. And I'm going to read you guys a little bit about this one as well, because this one's kind of hard to explain. I forgot to show you guys the booklet. I'll do that here in a second. But here at the top it says, from Takashi Miike, the prolific director of such shocking and hits including Audition and Ichi the Killer, comes The Sound of Music meets Dawn of the Dead. And that's a very good way to put it. I didn't even think about it like that, but it's a comedy horror musical. So The Sound of Music meets Dawn of the Dead is pretty accurate. That's spot on, actually. And it says the Katakuri family run a peaceful country inn at the foot of Mount Fuji. A little more peaceful than anticipated. Their only visitors arrive in a series of suicides, murders, and inexplicable death. In order not to ruin their reputation, the Katakuris decide to bury the bodies. But will the cover-ups come back to haunt them? The happiness of the Katakuris combines scenes of grotesque, stop-motion animation, surreal musical numbers, and zombies to make one of the finest horror comedies ever made. And I agree with that. I give this a pretty high score. I'll probably give this about a 7.5 out of 10. I really like the film. I thought it was very enjoyable. And I think the Japanese come up with some really clever, unique ways to make movies. And yeah, this is a really good movie. I recommend it. I bought this on eBay for $20 shipped, so it's very inexpensive. But eventually this probably will go out of print and it'll be harder to find. So if you guys can pick up The Happiness of the Katakuris, pick it up sooner rather than later. You won't have to pay as much later. So I'll just give you guys a little skimming of the booklet here. And it has tons of write-ups and pictures and everything that we're used to. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say it by now, but I just can't say enough good things about Arrow Video. They're everything that I want as a collector, and they never disappoint me. It's money in the bank for me to get Arrow Video stuff. And I mean, look at all this information. Nobody else does this. I mean, Criterion used to come kind of close to this, but even Criterion kind of cut back on some of their stuff I noticed lately. So a lot of companies in the US don't even have inserts anymore. So here's a little art card, I guess, for A Blind Woman's Curse, which I also own. And then it has some of their newer releases here on the back of this card. Some really good stuff that Arrow Video is putting out. I recommend Eaten Alive if you guys haven't grabbed that one yet. I thought that was really good. I thought Contamination was a fun film. There's Happiness of the Katakuris right there. Society was pretty fun. I thought Day of Anger was excellent if you like westerns. So I mean, there's so much goodness at Arrow Video. You can't go wrong with that. So that is The Happiness of the Katakuris. And that was from 2001, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys. That's a more modern horror movie, I guess. Up last is the only DVD I have for this update. And this is a Scorpion Releasing DVD, Ator, the Fighting Eagle. And it had an alternate title called, I think it was called Ator the Invincible at one time, too. But this is a film from 1982. And it was put out in 2012. I think it's out of print now. And they do have some of these left. I think they still have some of these left at Code Red DVD's website, because, as you guys know, Scorpion Releasing is owned by Walt Olson, and Code Red DVD is owned by his brother, Bill Olson. So sometimes Walt gives Bill some things to sell on his website, and this is a Scorpion Releasing title, but you can find it at CodeRedDVD.com. And it's, I think if you buy this on eBay or a secondary market, I think you're going to pay about $40 plus. But I think at Code Red DVD, I think it's going for about $20. So if you guys are interested in this kind of film, go ahead and check that out. Like I said, I'm going to leave the link down below because I want you guys to pick this one up too. This is The Strangeness. This is Code Red. This is Scorpion, but they're both on the same site. And I will leave that information down below. But this film here reminds me a lot of, and I didn't pick this one up just now. This is one I had, but I pulled it out so I can kind of show you too that that these two have a lot of comparisons, a lot of similarities to them. And they're both sword and sorcery type films, but they're very low buck. They're made on the cheap. And you know, this movie here has twin sisters that were raised from babies. It's hard to explain. Sammy did a really good unboxing of this and a review of it. But the evil wizard was going to kill one of the daughter sorceresses. And this guy here was, as a baby, he was almost taken and killed. So that's where the similarities start. And they just both have a very similar atmosphere, you know, and I thought the costumes were excellent. This is a film from 1982, and this one was also from 1982. This one is on Blu-ray. This one's DVD. The quality on this one looks really good. The quality on this one is, it looks good for a DVD, but I would love to see this on Blu-ray. But I thought the costumes were excellent. I thought the atmosphere was really good. And I strongly recommend it. If you guys have ever seen Sorceress and you liked it, then you will definitely like Ator, the Fighting Eagle. So let me see. I'll bust this one open here and show you guys. This is the original cover right here. And then there's the disc art, which looks fantastic, I think. And then this was their reversible cover art. They have like a, I don't know, what do you want to call her, like a spokeswoman or whatever, that works for the company. Her name is Katarina Lee Waters, and she's British and she's gorgeous. And she has like a little segment on each of these films here, and she'll do like a little review of the film, and then she'll have some trivia and stuff like that, a little tidbits about the film. But this was the other cover. If you wanted to have her on the cover, and then it shows her on the back, you know, you can switch the cover if you want, but I like the original without her on the cover. No offense to her, but I just like the way the original looks like that. So I would probably give this one, for fun factor, I would probably give it a pretty high score, but for overall, like as far as like the quality, I'd probably give this about a 4 out of 10. I'd probably give this about a 4.5, 5 out of 10. But yeah, that's those are my pickups for the week. Thank you guys for watching, and if anybody would like my copy of Count Yorga Vampire on DVD, comment below. Let me know what kind of a little contest I should have. Nothing big. I would like to hear from you guys to see what your thoughts are on something like that. So maybe we can have like a little trivia session, or I don't know, something. I can put everybody's name in a hat and draw, I guess. But if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Leave a comment. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.